Last night, I found a black widow, and I caught her to keep her as a pet. However, this morning I woke up and I went on a long walk. During this walk, I realized that I had some moral convictions about this whole situation. So I'm gonna be real with you guys. I've been feeling kind of bad for the spider. I feel like what's going on might be a little bit inhumane. But then I started realizing, okay, for something to be inhumane, that would be an injustice against another human, right? The spider's obviously not a human, it's an insect. So you can't be inhumane against an insect. But nonetheless, I do want it to be as comfortable as possible. So I figured I'm gonna build it like a little home. Alright, so I bought all the supplies and now it's just time to build the home. So I just installed its first decoration. It's the basketball hoop because, you know, I'm gonna raise him to be a baller. I wanna see if the ball can actually like go in the hoop. Frick, that was a terrible idea. So I'm watching this back while editing, and to be fair, that was a perfect shot. Like, if the hoop was more stable, it would have went in. Dude, that's so sick. I'm actually stoked on that. I'm gonna explain to you guys right now my favorite part of this. I had this idea to build like a little trap door up here that I can open and like drop little insects in it for him to eat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a hole out right here. I'm gonna take one of these doors off of this little dresser thing and I'm gonna mount it onto here using one of these hinges that I also bought. And then it'll be like a little trap door that I could just like open and drop insects in. But in order to cut the hole in the roof, I had to get one of these like Dremels, which I've never used before, but it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. I don't have a screwdriver to get this like really tight. The last thing I'd want is this saw blade to come flying off. All right, I think this is locked in place. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If this little saw blade comes flying out, it could be deadly for me. Safety first. Dude, this is a terrible idea. Do I need to measure out the size of the door? Probably. Can I eyeball it? Also probably. All right, here goes nothing. Oh my gosh, bro. That could have been freaking life-threatening. The saw blade just flew off the Dremel, and if that cut my jugular, I could have died. I think I'm being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic right now. Look at this. It's completely bent. What the heck? That can't be my fault. I've done a lot of dumb things. I made a lot of mistakes. This piece bending like that, that can't be my fault. I cut the hole out. It doesn't look as pretty as I would hoped it to be, but I think I have a strat to fix that up. Yeah, it's a pretty significant gap that the spider can get out of, I'm not gonna lie. I might have to think of something else. I figured it out. I'm gonna use the wood from this. I'm gonna break it apart and I'm gonna build walls around this. China! Is the door pretty? No. But will it do the job and keep the spider trapped in there? I actually have no idea. So I'm gonna keep the spider outside for like a week, and if they don't get out, I think it's safe to say we can bring them inside. This is day one of the enclosure. We got the disco ball hanging, the basketball hoop there, and the bowl of water in there, and the trap door right here so I could feed him insects. It may not be pretty, but home is where the heart is. All right, now we have to go capture him and put him in his new home. How am I gonna get him in there? Frick, what do we do? What's the strat? Frick, dude, I don't want him to get on my finger. Not exactly a handbook on how to capture a black widow.
Brown widow idiot. If he bites you, it'll be fire content.
Dude, shut up. I don't want to get big. Why does he keep coming towards me?
Oh my gosh. Dude,
it's so scary. Oh, the disco ball hit my finger and scared me so bad. I don't want to do this, bro. He's freaking not happy about any of this, I'll tell you that much. Hate for...
oh my gosh.
Isaac,
you're insane.
Let's go. Alright guys, let me know in the chat, will he like his disco ball? I think he does. I gave him the basketball hoop in there because I want him to be athletic. And then also I have like a little Bible for him in Tyler's car that I haven't put in there because I want him to be a Christian. So that's next for him. There is a pretty significant hole in it right now.
What?
So for now, I'm just gonna cut this and put tape over it. But will this also cut off his oxygen supply?
I don't think they breathe oxygen.
What do you think, they're a fish?
This thing's gonna outsmart you, bro.
One day. Thank you guys.